fans that is 2022 the year that Ryan Garcia becomes a champion?
Yeah, if I get to fight Gervonta Davis, he has the WABA world, so I'll have like some type of championship. But the only way I could become a champion at 135 is fighting Devin. But again, I don't really care about the bouts. I don't. I'm going to be honest with you. I care about who I beat and how I feel in my heart and what that victory does for me. Beating Gervonta Davis would bring me influence and power over the whole boxing community. And anybody who doubts that has to wait till after I beat him, because then they will see what true power is. Bouts don't matter in this game. What matters is if you put people in those seats and if you're exciting and people want to watch you, that's it. The people decide who's the top dog, and that's it. Nobody cares about bouts anymore. It's past that time. The bouts mean nothing. They have no substance anymore. Anybody could get a bout. Anybody could get a bout.
Can I piggyback off of that where Canelo is the one who's saying that you can't be talking shit because of the belts?
A vacant title against Matthew Haddon. Again, no substance. It's like, for example, it's like this chain. If it had no weight, it's not real gold. It don't matter. You know what I mean? It's not. It looks good, but it has no substance. I want the belt to mean something to me. I want to beat somebody that's like, oh, shit, you beat that guy. You know what I mean? I want to become a champion by earning the championship. My first car, I didn't settle on the Toyota. I bought myself an Audi RS7. You know what I mean? I waited till I earned something I want to have. That meant something to me. I didn't want to settle on it. I don't settle on anything. I'll take my time, wait till that right matchup to really solidify myself as a real champion. I'm not here to, fake the fun. Not at all.
Ryan.
Those are the words of Ryan Garcia as he states that the belts don't mean nothing. He fires off at Canelo that, he didn't fight Matthew Hatton to get the belt for a vacant title. He wants it to mean something. Let me counterpunch. Part of what Ryan said was true about putting people in the seats, showing excitement. That's what matters. The belts don't matter. We're past that. I think we're not really past the belts. Okay, because if you heard him say, well, hey, I can fight Gervonta Tank Davis with the WBA regular. So why would you even be mentioning it if it wasn't relevant? Okay, I know he did mention, hey, if I fight Gervonta Tank Davis, well, that's what your promoter's for. That's what Oscar De La Hoya for. Make sure he can get that fight made. Will that fight happen? Probably not. But him fighting, well, I have to fight Devin Haney at 135 but hey, I won't worry about that. See, if you notice, he sways away from the idea of fighting Devin Haney. I don't know what it is about him and Devin. I think they've won. They beat each other in the amateurs a couple times. And I think he's worried about that. On the day, how will he perform against someone like Haney? So if you're not really dead on set that you can beat that fighter, it is what it is. But Devin Haney, has his own world. That's the 135 undisputed champion right now. So a lot of people are going to avoid him like the plague, just like they did when he didn't have but the WBC, like they called the email championship title. He has them all now. But do you see people knocking on his door trying to fight him? No. Okay. But back at Ryan, it's like, hey, it's who I fight, who I beat. Okay. Well, he's beat Cool Hand Luke, right? I like to call him. And, that was a very good fight, but you've seen the vulnerabilities of Ryan Garcia, and he wants a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis because he knows that's like all or nothing, because if he loses to Gervonta Tank Davis, it's Gervonta Tank Davis, though. Okay? And if he's at 140, he should be worried. What about Josh Taylor? What about these guys? Canelo'S, Regis Prograis. You have a lot of people at 140 that you can fight. So if you're not worried about belts, those are people without belts that you could fight. Some of them with belts, because Josh Taylor is, still the unified. He did drop a belt, but he's still the unified champion. So you could fight him if you wanted to, if you weren't worried about that. Or, if you're just worried about fighting top quality, well, fight the guy that Josh Taylor beat. Or decisioned, I like to say. Beat's an overrated word. Decisioned. Fight those guys. So, I know he's fighting Fortuna at 140, and I know he's now fluctuating between 135 and 140. And it doesn't surprise me because Ryan Garcia is tall enough to fill out. He's still young, okay? But going back to Canelo, he's saying, oh, well, Ricky Hatton. Listen, Ryan Garcia is 24 years old, right? He's 24 years old. And the crazy thing about Ryan is, like, when Oscar De La Hoya, when Canelo Alvarez, when those guys were that age, you know what they were doing? They were fighting. They were champions already. He's 23. He'll be 24 next month on the 8th. Okay? The dude is 5'11". And it's crazy because you look at guys like Canelo, when he was 23, he was fighting Mayweather. Then when he was 22, he fought Mayweather. Right? Or 22 or 23. So he was fighting Mayweather. He was fighting guys like Erislandy Lara. Okay? Because he fought Lara in 14. He turned 24. He was 23 in 2013. So, yeah. So, really, let's look at the age for age. If you don't want to deal with belts, let's look at the quality of opposition. Mayweather, Erislandy Lara. So he fought Mayweather, Angulo, then Erislandy Lara. Those three guys right there from the ages of Canelo being 22 and 23, or 23 and 24, have trumped anything that you've done. Anything that you've done in your career. So, yeah, if the belts don't matter and the people do, well, there you go. Canelo's fought the people too. Bars. So, at the end of the day, I do feel that Ryan is still trying to take a dig at Canelo Alvarez where he's nowhere close to anything. Even at the age Canelo was of doing anything that Canelo did. So, I do think he does need to shut the fuck up, get the fights, win the fights, and let's see a show. But we're going live today with Ryan Garcia and Javier Fortuna. Live. Stay tuned for that. Tell me what you think. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.